What's up, Spartan Nation? Steve Leslie, YSNLive.com. Coach's Corner, Wednesday night here at Cocca's Pizza. Thank you, Steve, for all you do and your staff for all they do for us on Wednesday night here at Cocca's Pizza in Canfield. Proud to be joined by the head ball coach again, Seth Antram. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Let's start with K1. Like I said, never met the young man. You bring him tonight. The smile is infectious.
Yes.
I see how he is around you. I've seen how he was around Joe and Cortland. We see the progress he makes. Everybody wants to win football games. Everybody wants to do that. But I know how you are. And what's that mean as a coach to see that progress of a young man?
It's, for him, it's been pretty much a miracle. Honestly, from where we were that night, I remember the feeling I had and the feeling the trainers had, on the sidelines that day. And then just to see him, I think I was able to go up 3 days later. There was some progress.
Sure.
Actually a lot of progress, but still not a very good situation. And then where he's come from that point to now, and getting out of physical therapy and everything, and he's bouncing back. And if you didn't know the situation, you might, the way you look at him right now, you're not going to know he's gone through what he's gone through.
No, and that's a credit to him. That's a credit to you guys as a football program, to you, your staff, and your kids. And he's itching. I got a chance to talk with him. We talked a bit about the jersey. He found the jersey, stapled it back together.
He did. Yep.
When you see that, and you see that drive, and it drives your football team, that's extra motivation, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It puts things in perspective. It's easy. We talked accidents, freak accidents happen, but, for him to go through it's horrible. But it reminds you how lucky we are to be out there playing and building the relationships we are and everything. I think it put everything into perspective for everybody that was involved.
Well, shout out to K1 Robinson and his family and all you guys. I wanted to lead off with that. It was great to see the young man and get him on tonight. And all of us at YSN continued thoughts and prayers to him and a speedy progress. Cleveland Benedictine, I watched the game. It's a 10-7 game. That's a talented football team you went against. That was some big old boys, I will say. After you got to get home and sit down and as a staff watch it, talk about that a little bit.
We had our chances. We were playing great football the first half, came out, went 3 and out, punted. They got a 75-yard post on us, and after that we kind of hit a little stretch that we put ourselves too far behind the 8 ball and couldn't bounce back from. About 3/4 of it, we played good, hard-nosed football.
Sure.
We let one quarter get away from us.
Yeah, I thought in watching the game, I think you hit that right on the head. That score was not indicative of the way the game was played. I want to ask you, because I get with you every week, big plays. Like when I'm in the studio on Friday nights, that's such a momentum thing in high school football, big plays. As a coach, as a staff, is that something that you can prepare for or no?
You try to best you can. That's what football, the spread and the tempo of football. That's what it is right now. Is big plays and then trying to answer that big play once you get the ball back. And that's we're looking at the same situation here with Harding coming up. But yeah, they're it's a momentum thing, especially when you're a 15, 16, 17-year-old kid.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And it was a good football game with Coach Antram, Coach's Corner from Cocca's Pizza. I was joking with you off air. I looked at your schedule this morning. My God. That's like the who's who of high school football when you go down the line and you go back to football in the Mahoning Valley and Cardinal Mooney's and Cheney's and Howland's and throw in a Benedictine, who's the number 1 ranked team in the state. Harding, who athletically and skilled-wise is probably one of the better teams in the state.
Schedule, their record doesn't speak for the team they have.
That's what I want to ask you. When you look at our area, and I think our area is really, really good in football, but I also think that our records don't really show that, because a lot of people in our area have stepped out of the norm and are starting to play bigger and better folks. What are your thoughts on that when you look at as a whole in football in our area?
Yeah, I think it goes back to, like you said, just kind of complements what we have in the area. There's a lot of great football here, and there's a lot of teams right now, with records that maybe not show what kind of football they play, and it's interesting right now week to week with You're getting into that second half and really the last third of the games. You got injuries, you got COVID situations that everybody's going through, and a one situation here or there might, it can play a big factor in a win or a loss. So some of them records are, not indicative of how good the team really is.
So Spartans are 4-2. We'll have the game for you on YSN Live against Warren Harding Friday night. 4-2. What are your thoughts about that? 4-2. Is it something that you kind of expected? You think you'd be around here? Well, what if you had to put a Q on the first 6 games from coach's standpoint? What is it?
It's not exactly where we wanted to be. We lost to 2 really good football teams. 2 teams we lost to are undefeated. Masson's a Division I team. We really would have liked to come away with that one early. And like we talked, we had a couple situations we couldn't get ourselves out of, and same thing happened this past Friday with Benny. But overall, 4-2, setting ourselves up for the playoff, and more importantly, setting ourselves up to, get better each week, and then, go into week 11, hopefully at full throttle.
Well, I think you've definitely done that. I see a ton of improvement. I'm able to be with this group every week. I want to talk to you about this senior group. We obviously had Kiwan, Joseph Aaron, Cortland Love. I had a blast interviewing them. It's fun too, and I know, and that's no disrespect to skill guys and those types of things, but linemen are a different breed.
They are.
And the way the two of them, the thing that impressed me, different but the same. That's a great response from you. How they kind of depend on one another.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's one thing. And I don't know if it's from us, our staff, the community, but they're opening their eyes to that stuff. They need each other, and they definitely control the big guys up front on the O and D line. They've both stepped into that leadership role with the other group, and they definitely complement each other.
If there's one of the things that I've noticed about this football team in talking with you and being around them, I would use growth as a word. I think that I see a group that gets a little better, a little stronger, grows a little more each week, the way they talk and the way they do those things. How much more can this growth continue with this football team?
Honestly, with this group, I think we're ahead of the game a little bit, and some of that was built in just from their backgrounds they've come from, and the situations they've been in before. But there's still a lot of room to grow. Not that I'm knocking where we're at by any means, but it's a bunch of, like I said before, every week I feel like I'm saying great kids, great academically, just great on and off the field, and with that, the sky's the limit.
Well, Spartan Nation, you should be proud of this football team on and off the field. I've had a joy of interviewing each of these seniors every week, being with you each week. Week 7, Warren Harding, skill, speed,
yes.
Have given up some points, but I think you've been an offensive guy in college. The offense has changed so much in football, and I think that it's kind of, I don't want to say defenses take a back seat, but there's a lot of good offensive skill in our area.
Yeah.
Talk about their skill a little bit. Quarterback's very talented. Receivers are very good.
Receivers, they have it, all over the field. Good running back, and they have some good linemen up front. But they do a real good job of spreading the ball around, running some outside zone with the quarterback. They're going to hit some jets, and they run some. They're going to throw some fades and posts, and then on top of that, the quarterback's going to run around a little bit before he throws it around. So we got to keep him contained. Be a Simon sound, gap sound on defense.
Another normal Spartan football game with the folks you play each week with Coach Antram on Coach's Corner, sponsored by Cocca's Pizza. Shout out to Cocca, Steve Cocca and his staff here. They do a great job every week of having fun here, and the kids enjoy themselves. Your key, if there's something that you wanted to cue on, the biggest key for you to get a big win in week 7 and propel this football team into the final 3 weeks? What's a key for victory?
Like defensively, I kind of just said it, but offensively, we need to be able to run the ball, which I feel confident that we can. They've subbed and rotated quite a few guys on defensive line. They're keeping them fresh, but I think we got the guys up front that we can move the ball running on them and spread it out when we need to.
Well, from all of us at YSN, we wish you the best of luck Friday night. We'll have the game for you on ysnlive.com, the home of Spartan football. I'm curious to see where you answer this. I know how much time you spend at Boardman in the community, at football, watching football. What's your relaxer? What's Coach Antram? What does Coach do to, like, do you find yourself stepping away from football, or is it football season's football mode?
Yeah, football season's football mode. If anything, I go down to my sister or my parents' house down in Columbiana area and kind of
Get away
back
from
for
it.
a couple hours. But if I do that, usually I end up falling asleep on the couch and then making myself get up and come back and finish film.
Wait a second. Now, see, you're too young yet to be like, now I can fall asleep on the couch with the best of. Let's go non-football season. What's something that you like to do to get away from it?
Golf. I'm a golfer. Like,
all right, we're going to have to get out and golf sometime and have some fun. But
K1's a golfer, supposedly.
K1's a golfer. No chance. No shot. We're going to have to figure that one out, too. You know what?
The par fours.
Yeah, the par fours. He can take care of that. Again, I enjoy each week with you, with your kids. Let's go get a big win against Harding and talk next week. And Spartan Nation, that'll do it with Coach Antram. We'll have the game for you Friday night, ysnlive.com. Boardman will invade Mollenkopf Stadium. Coach, thanks again.
Thank you.
All righty.